Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Am I the A-hole? Story 1. AITA for not giving my narcissistic mother money. Back when I was 10 to 17, my mother would go out every night to party and go clubbing and never fed me. My father passed away when I was 9 months old. I finally moved out when I was 18 to live with my, now fiancé, to get some freedom. My fiancé and I live a happy life together with twins. My mother came to me last week asking for $2,000 cash to pay back a purse that she stole and lost. I refused because I need that money for my babies and food. I told her that she should have never stolen the purse in the first place. She called me a bitch and left. Yesterday she came back to me asking for $4,000. Once again I refused and told her I needed it. She yelled at me insisting that I give her the money. I made her get out of my house and told her no. She's been calling me non-stop telling me that I'm in the wrong and that I'm selfish. Story 2. AITA for not inviting my parents to my wedding. Hello, so this may be a bit long. But to start things off, I'm a 2-2F, and my entire childhood was trash. It's not because I had exactly abusive parents, but I always was seemingly forgotten. I have a sister, let's call her Maria, and she constantly would get gifts from our family because she was a gifted child, even being brought up 3 grades. She always outshined me, and whatever I got it was either used and crappy, or something she no longer wanted. Whenever it was my birthday, my parents would scribble my name on the cake last second. Sometimes I would even be grounded for refusing to give my sister something, or be hooped for trying to take back something that was mine from her. It was always unfair, but I stopped caring and just let her be the spoiled golden child. After a while, I went my childhood and teenage years being Maria's sister by anyone who wasn't my friend. I hated it, and I grew a bit hating of my parents. But about 4 years ago I met my fiancé. He made me so happy, and we decided to get married a year ago. So the wedding is finally rolling around, and after everyone got their invitations, my parents messaged me asking why they didn't get theirs. I told them they weren't invited because I didn't want them there. My parents conveniently wanted to have a nice barbecue with the family a week later. I went just to be respectful, but they tried to embarrass me in front of everyone asking why I forgot their invitations. But I didn't care how many people saw, so I told them again it wasn't an accident and that they weren't invited. My aunt and a few of my cousins, as well as my grandpa, started trying to guilt-trip me into inviting my parents. But I held out until we left, because I wasn't gonna let my asshole parents ruin my wedding like they did my childhood. But now that the wedding is so close, I've been staring at the messages I've been getting. Just invite them, they are your parents. Or don't you want your parents to be at your big day? I really don't want them there, but I'm feeling bad and starting to think maybe I am the asshole. So, AITA for not inviting my parents to my wedding? Story 3. AITA for telling my mom to shut up and making her cry. I'm 2-2F, visiting my parents for 2 weeks. My job requires me to travel quite a bit and I try to visit whenever I'm in the city. I sleep in the living room whenever I come on an air mattress. The problem is that my mom has made a habit of coming down to the living room at like 12 or 1 a.m. where she turns the light on, makes a cup of tea, turns the TV on, and puts her headphones on while she sings, sitting on the couch only a few feet away from me. It always wakes me up, and I'll be honest, my mom isn't the greatest singer, so I thought she had been hurt or something the first time she did this a few days ago. I usually put my earbuds in whenever she does this and play music of my own to drown her out, but that night, my earbuds were nowhere to be found. I tried to sleep through it, but my mom was being exceptionally loud tonight, and the more tired I became, I felt crankier until I finally turned around as she took off her headphones and snapped at her to shut up. My mom stared at me in shock before getting up from the couch and going back upstairs. A few minutes later, my dad came downstairs and scolded me by saying I made my mom cry and that I was a guest in their home along with her being my mom, so I shouldn't have treated her like that. Story 4. AITA my friend won't give me my game back. I, 19M, had completed my playthrough of God of War Ragnarok, 2022, many months ago, and my friend, 19M, had recently obtained a PS5 and was looking to play Ragnarok considering he had played the 2018 prequel, and being a good friend I said you can borrow my physical copy, and I even threw in Dying Light considering they were also interested in playing that too, and in return my friend gave me Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 2023, as it had came with his console and he had finished playing it. This was all fine and we had swapped our games. The issue came when during the 2023 Game Awards it was announced that God of War Ragnarok was getting its own DLC on December 12, which I only found out about an hour after swapping the games. I then asked if I could have the game back to play the DLC and would happily lend it back when I was finished, to which I was told a deal is a deal and that I would likely not get the game back for many months. I then said I would not have the game for long and it's not like he has started playing the game yet, but he was adamant in refusing to swap back. He then said I was being an offer trying to swap back, but I don't see the issue. Story 5. AITA for having my wedding at a venue that absolutely does not allow children since my family made it clear that they would not comply with my child-free wedding. I'm having my wedding at an adults-only resort. They absolutely do not allow minors. I did this to save myself the hassle of fighting with my family over exceptions to my no children allowed policy. My husband and I are paying for the wedding ourselves and we are paying for our guests to attend. It is a destination wedding so we didn't want anyone we want there not to be able to come because of finances. I made the invitations very clear about whether kids were allowed or not. I received a lot of RSVPs saying that they regret that they cannot attend. I totally understand. Except now my sister found out that I'm paying for everyone to come and has lost it. She said that she only said no because she didn't have anyone to watch her kids. The oldest is 16 and has watched her siblings while my sister has gone on vacation in the last month. I said that everything was booked already but that if she made her own arrangements she would be welcome at the wedding with her husband. She asked if we would be paying for whatever she arranged and I said no. I had already paid for everything I had budgeted for. She said that I'm an asshole for not wanting her at my wedding. I said that if I didn't want her to attend I would not have invited her. My parents are now saying that I tricked my sister into not attending. My sister isn't poor. And the cost for her and her husband would have been $2,000. She just wanted me to bend and allow her kids. Story 6. AITA for having guests over while living with roommates. I, 19F, live with two other girls, both 19F, let's call them Jane and Haley. We are all in second year of our undergrad and we were friends before we lived together as we met last year when we lived in the dorms. Both Haley and I are in long-distance relationships, and before living together checked if it was okay to have overnight guests every once in a while. We all agreed that it was okay. In September I had my BF stay for just under a week. While he was here we were out of the house most of the time, and when we were home we kept to ourselves and stayed in my room unless cooking in the kitchen the odd time here and there. He was polite and friendly, and not only cleaned up after himself but took out our garbage from the kitchen and bathroom and did dishes. A little while ago I informed my roommates that I was planning on having my friend from home. I moved away for school, visit during reading break and I plan of having my BF come one more week this semester. They said it was okay. So my friend booked her flights to come for 6 days, 4.5 of those days both of my roommates will be out of town. My BF booked his flights to come for a week starting about 4 days after my friend leaves. To recap, my BF stayed with us for 1 week and would like to stay another week 2 months after the last visit. Jane has told me she is uncomfortable with having my guests stay that close together and she finds it difficult to study when we have an extra person in the house. I told her we will try to be out of the house during the day and will try our best to not be disturbing and I asked if there's anything we can do to make it easier for her. The issue is that Haley has had her BF over for about 4 to 7 days at a time 3 times in the past 2 months, which Jane doesn't like. She is upset that there is someone staying with us half of the time, and I feel like she's taking it out on me and wanted to restrict me from having people over. I don't have an issue with Haley having her BF over. I don't think I'm asking for too much, and I think she just has to learn to live with other people. AITA? Story 7. AITA for not taking sides between my girlfriend and DJ friend. I, 27M, met Chloe, 25F, through DJ Amber, 26F, at one of her sets, and things between Chloe and me have been going well. A couple of months ago, Chloe and Amber went to a music festival overseas. During day 1 of the festival, Chloe hurt her knee, lost her wallet, including my credit card, VP, and broke her phone charging cable. Chloe was very upset, and I couldn't do anything for her. Amber lost her passport as well but had her boyfriend with her for comfort. On day 2 of the festival, Chloe was upset and didn't have the mood to attend. Amber complained behind Chloe's back to our mutual friends about missing a DJ performance. Amber lost her passport and made it all about her and how her life sucks. Chloe and Amber eventually went to the festival, and Amber got her passport back at the lost and found. When Chloe posted about how her life sucks on IG, Amber reacted with a laughing emoji, which upset her. I could only comfort Chloe through video calls and by calling my credit card company to send her a card. Fast forward a few weeks, Amber released a song, and I showed support by adding it to my playlist and posting it on my story in front of Chloe. I sensed Chloe's suspicion but didn't say anything. Fast forward another few weeks, we planned to share a villa for a pool party Amber was performing at, costing $2,000. A day before, Amber bailed, leaving Chloe and me to cover the cost, making Chloe mad. Another DJ friend offered free guest list spots, and we learned Amber wanted us to buy tickets through her to look good to the organizers. Chloe learned for the mutual friend that Amber was talking behind her back about her and that she missed her favorite DJ performance during the festival and was very annoyed that Chloe kept changing plans. I mean, she was injured and lost a lot of stuff, so it was understandable. When Chloe was ranting to me about Amber, Chloe sudden gave me an ultimatum: if she stopped being friends with Amber, would I still be friends with her? I said yes, as I didn't want to burn bridges in the nightlife scene where I'm an upcoming DJ, and Amber has connections in the industry that I don't want to lose as well. Chloe accused me of being friends with Amber for clout, questioned the quick support for Amber's song, and suggested I had a thing for Amber because she is my only famous friend. I tried to rationalize with her that I knew Amber way before she even learned to be a DJ and that I have many more famous friends and I am here to support Chloe, but I can't burn bridges. Chloe got really mad and called me an asshole for not being on her side. Which I obviously am. Am I the asshole for not taking Chloe's side? I want to maintain my friendship with Amber for professional reasons. Is it justified in not wanting to burn bridges in my industry, or am I in awe because I am not support my girlfriend? That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.